Hi, this is Susan from CMBA here with your weekly video update. This week's video is going to be brought to us courtesy of CMBA President's Council member Alan Matkin's law firm. They'll be giving us a breakdown on the current LIBOR scandal, what it is and what it isn't. Here is this week's video. We hope you enjoy it, and we'll see you next week.
LIBOR is just an acronym for the London Interbank Offered Rate. A lot of folks think that LIBOR is actually an interest rate. Rather, it's something that's published by the British Bankers Association, which is just a trade organization representing banks and financial institutions in the United Kingdom. LIBOR has come to underpin and to be the reference point for literally trillions of dollars of financial instruments, whether we're talking about credit cards or home mortgages. The issue has been around for a while now, but the scandal really broke in June of this year when Barclays Bank admitted to certain misconduct. What they were accused of and what they admitted to was that they attempted to manipulate LIBOR submissions internally. So derivatives traders within Barclays talking to the LIBOR submitters at Barclays saying, hey, help me out here. The knee-jerk response was litigation. Attorney generals in more than 20 states have brought actions against these big banks. How's that going to play out? I don't know, because there are a lot of inherent problems with that litigation. The regulators fined Barclays for attempting to manipulate the market. With this litigation, the plaintiffs have to establish that these banks actually did move the market, and that's a much more difficult standard. The Chancellor of the Exchequer commissioned a study. It was referred to as the Wheatley Review. The final report recommended a 10-point plan of action. One of the things it recommended was regulation. Recommendations were changing the way LIBOR is administered. The recommendation was, let's create a more uniform way of calculating LIBOR. The problem that we've got here is LIBOR is not regulated, and knowing which way LIBOR is going to move can give you an advantage. The other conflict is what folks refer to as credit signaling. If I'm self-reporting, there's an incentive to report LIBOR rates that are too low, saying, oh, no, everything's fine with me, no problem. A lot of folks are saying, oh my goodness, the market has lost confidence in LIBOR. LIBOR is a bad benchmark. Well, if folks have lost confidence in LIBOR, one would expect that people would stop using LIBOR, and that hasn't happened. Now, part of that is there's no good alternative out there. But LIBOR, I'm not convinced that it's bad. What's going to happen? There's going to be regulation. There's going to be a more uniform way of doing things, and that will be a good thing. It's going to make things more costly for everyone, and those costs will be passed on to the consumer in various ways. The litigation, I think that ultimately the litigation is going to go away. Nobody told anybody to use LIBOR as your benchmark. This was voluntary. The number may have been flawed, but it was just a number, and nobody challenged it. The methodology for calculating LIBOR was not a secret. Everybody knew how this was being done. So I think there are going to be significant challenges for these plaintiffs in calculating damages. Maybe what will happen is that'll settle, because at some point the banks or plaintiffs, they're going to do their own cost-benefit analysis here, and they're going to say, it's cheaper for me to settle this than to proceed.